What's going on, everyone? So this is episode 3. This episode is about the DIY sump that I made. Let me know what you guys think. It's the most complicated one I've built so far, and I'm also going to be showing you guys what's in the sump. Protein skimmer, return pump, heater, refugium section, auto top off, just the basic stuff. It's still, work in progress. It's a little messy under there, but I wanted to get you guys in on this new sump I built, and I hope you guys enjoy it, because it kicked my ass when I made it. It was the first time I made one like this, so it was difficult, because I wanted to do step by step by step, and it was a long process. So now, if I built it again, I could probably bang it out in 5 days, maybe a week, maybe a solid 7 days, 5 working days and a weekend. Probably be how long it would take me to make. So check it out and hope you enjoy. So after making the shell, I guess you could say, of the sump, I had to measure out my baffles and my return pump section and then cut out the windows accordingly, giving it about 3/4 of an inch all the way around for when I siliconed the plate glass in. So brought it inside, cleaned it up, polished it up, started to install my baffles and the return pump section, and then after all that was done, just put on these plate glass windows, silicone them in place, and hose it down again, fill it up with water, let it sit for a couple days. Flawless, seamless, perfect, custom fit for me. I loved it. So now let's get into the filtration and equipment. So here it is under my tank. The sump is done. The equipment in it is pretty much set up where I want it to be. Don't mind the cheese ball container. It's only temporary. I am currently building the Corian auto top off to match, so it will have the same thing, the plate glass windows, same color. It's just I'm in the process of building it, and that's my temporary auto top off container. I've used it before and it's never failed me, so there's the last look of it. Hopefully next time that won't be there. These little tubes here, these plastic tubes, they're just temporary as well. They're going for the reactor. This is going to be hard piped with 1/2-inch PVC, so that'll be looking way better as well the next time you see it. And a lot of these wires are just temporary too, until I get the auto top off reservoir in. So that's a mess, but whatever. So I'm using the Bubble Magus Curve 5. I got this from fishahex.com. Travis recommends it. A couple of other buddies that I know that have Bubble Magus love these. This one's been sitting for about 2 days, so it's still breaking in. It's almost done. Super quiet, even with all the crazy bubbles going. At first it was a lot of bubbles, but you can see here I took the overflow drain hose, heated it up with hot water, and just stretched it over this John Geist quarter turn valve, and it's just overflowing into that sump sock there until the break-in period is over. But skimmer was super easy to put together. That's my valve. I'm running the Herbie method on this tank. I love it. Super quiet, super easy to install. So yeah, skimmer section is pretty much just skimmer, sump socks, and that's about it. This section itself holds little over 5 gallons of water. You can see here, this is that skimmer stand that I built. I didn't actually show you guys, but yeah, I built a little skimmer stand with matching leftover Corian that I had. Brings it up about another inch so that my skimmer sits in 9 inches of water, 8 3/4 of an inch of water. So it's just running smooth, Bubble traps, kicking butt, getting as much of that bubbles out as possible from the break-in. Look at them joints. You can't even tell. It's phenomenal. I impressed myself on this. So here's the Marine Pure block that I got from Travis a week or 2 ago. It's sitting in here, and I threw the rest of my spheres that I had from the original Marine Pure donation. So I figured, you know what, might as well throw them in there, get them cycling. This heater is temporarily in place. That's not going to be where it's final resting place is, and that's actually not going to be the heater I'm using. So you can see that light diffuser section. I'm going to be putting the filter sponge media, whatever you want to call it, the white and pink stuff to just block heavy, stuff that comes out of the refugium section, whether it be Chaeto or whatever, starfish, whatever's in there. I don't really want it going into my return section and getting, chopped up and sent through to the tank. So here's the controller. So far I have just the JCOD PP8 wave maker up in the display, and that's the controller for the DCS 7000 JCOD pump. This thing is ridiculously quiet. I mean, it's phenomenal. I can't. If you guys have a JCOD or a JBO pump, you know what I'm talking about. These things are awesome. Super quiet, super easy to install. Love it. It's phenomenal. So there's, that's pretty much it for now. It's up and running. The sump itself is just awesome. I couldn't have built a better sump for my system. It's just, sweet. Here's my little DIY reactor. That whole housing was $7. Right now I'm just running carbon, Fosguard, and Purigen in it just to help clean up the water a little bit, get some gunk out of there. I did put the old corals back in there over a 3-day period, so I wanted to make sure the carbon would clean it up. There's my JBJ auto top off with the Tom's Aqua Lifter. I love the auto top off, the JBJ auto top off, because they use manual floats, and being a plumber and dealing with newer technology, whether it be electronic eyes, I've never had a manual float fail. As long as, maybe you have to clean it once a year, put it in a little vinegar and water bath, or, hit it with a toothbrush. They're pretty much reliable, almost fail-proof, but I can't say they're fail-proof because they are electronic, but the actual manual float is what I love about it. And if one goes bad, it's replaceable pretty inexpensively. So there you have it. There's the sump. It's impressive to me. I'm just so glad I built it, because I was going to use a 30 long or a 20 long, and it just was wasting space because it was either too long and not high enough, not deep enough. The dimensions of this tank are from front to back 15 inches. From left to right, the length is 30 inches, and the total height is 15 3/4. So they don't make a tank that dimension, and you can see there how it's right at the edge of my stand, so no loss of space needed. Now, I hope you guys enjoy this sump. Stay tuned for the auto top off reservoir and what it looks like at the end when it's all nice and clean. Thanks for watching. Later.